Attacking football.
Attacking football.
Attacking football.
Attacking football.
Attacking football.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Attacking Football podcast, making his triumphant return after nearly a year. Paddy, Mr. Odds on FBL, is back, ladies and gentlemen. Paddy, how you doing?
Great. Happy to be here. I'm looking forward to seeing you in something, which isn't that jumper.
Yeah. We're also joined by our regular guests, Scott and Dylan. Boys, how you doing?
Doing good, yeah.
How are you? I just want to show this little beauty on the screen before we continue.
This one's better.
This is so painful. As ever, we have producer Alfie in the studio. Alfie, welcome, mate.
Yeah, cheers for having me again. I'm looking forward to seeing you, little Wagyu.
So listen, this week's podcast is our Premier League predictions, and for those of you who unthinkably were watching last year, this happened.
I think Højlund does better than we think this year.
I'd be shocked if he gets 10 goals.
I'm willing to have a bet with you live here on the Attacking Football podcast that he gets 20 goals this season across all competitions.
20.
Well, yes, I will take that bet, but we are not encouraging gambling on this podcast.
Not betting money. I will bet a forfeit.
Okay. What are you thinking?
Well, we can do a forfeit that has to be performed on the podcast. One
of us has to wear Liverpool. One of us has to wear a Liverpool jersey during an episode.
I will be there no matter what.
Yeah, I'm a man of my word. It's here. I'm wearing it. Let's move on.
No.
No, let's not move on.
I just want it to be said. What was the bet?
I said that Højlund would score 20 goals in all competitions last season.
Are we having another bet this season? Well, let's figure it out.
We'll get into that.
We'll get into that. We'll get into that. But look, I'm just as uncomfortable as everybody else. So let's also. Yeah, I know.
It looks wrong. It just looks wrong.
I know.
Red is your colour, actually.
You wear it well. You should do it more often.
Handsome looking, some would say.
Yeah, you're not far from Liverpool, are you?
I'm not far from Liverpool. No, I'm just as close to Manchester.
I'll see you at the games next year then.
Yes, I will be at the away end in Anfield. Okay, listen, enough about this. Let's get into our predictions. So I think we're going to kick off with our top six. Let's get into the meaty bit. I've got my top six, boys. You've all got yours. Should we go around and do position number 1, number 2, number 3, or do you want to do your full list?
Do number 1,
Would it be better to go from 6 to 1?
Yeah, maybe start from 6.
Yeah, maybe 6 to 1. Yeah,
let's do 6. Okay, Scott, who have you got in number 6?
I have Manchester United in 6th.
Oh God.
I just think. Look, I think United have made good signings, but I think one issue is I don't think there's a lot of goals in the team. I mean, even when Rashford was scoring a load of goals in 22-23, United still only scored 58 in the league. Last season they scored 57 in the league. It's kind of like a pattern with Ten Hag where there's just not a lot of goals.
Okay. Paddy, number 6?
I think Aston Villa will finish in 6th. I think obviously they've built off a really good season last season. Me and Scott both said last year they were going to be our surprise package of the season.
Yeah.
And they did as well, to be fair. But Champions League football is going to be a lot for them. They've lost Douglas Luiz. People have said they signed very well. I think there's a lot of players in there who've come from like lower leagues or not a lot of experience. So it'll be a tricky season for them, especially with Champions League football. I still think they'll be up around there, but they'll have a difficult season.
Okay. Dylan?
Yeah, I went for Villa as well. I think losing Douglas Luiz is going to be really hard to replace. I think the squad depth within the Champions League this season isn't good enough to flourish in both competitions. And I do think they'll fall away.
Could be similar to Newcastle, couldn't it?
Yeah.
It could be. Yeah, they could even finish below 6th. You never know. Although I think Onana has been a brilliant signing, but they signed Barkley and you don't know what way, as good as he was last season, you don't know what way that's going to transition. Because he likes to be the main man, I feel, Barkley, and I don't think he's going to be that in the Villa setup.
Yeah, he's not. No, he's going to be rotated in and out.
Yeah, and then losing Moussa Diaby as well can't be underestimated. I think that's a big loss.
I don't think he was that good last season, to be honest.
Yeah, he started
He
off
was.
well and then he kind of dropped.
He's a good option though, but look, it comes down to how good Jaden Philogene is going to be, and they do
Yeah.
believe he's
Yeah.
going to be a top player. So
He was
That's true.
phenomenal at Hull last season.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Yeah.
class. Scored some
Yeah.
worldies.
So yeah, but that's why Villa. So
Okay, I've gone for Newcastle in 6th.
Woo!
Yeah,
Not a bad shout to be
I've got
honest. Yeah.
Newcastle.
No Europe. They've got nothing else to
No
focus on.
Europe. All they've got to focus on is the league, and I think Isaac is again going to have an absolute storming season this season.
Yeah,
He will be in my
agree with you.
fantasy league week in, week out. Okay, 5th, Scott.
I have Villa in 5th.
Yeah, I've got Villa in 5th.
Yeah, I just
Harry?
had to have them.
Yeah, they're a good team, like, as in they've got a lot of depth after last season as well. For 5th for me, I have Liverpool. I think Liverpool, obviously, quality throughout the team. The issue is the new manager. They've been desperately trying to sign a defensive midfielder, and Zubimendi has. People said that he knocked on the door, or Liverpool knocked on the door, and that door wasn't open. So I think they're going to struggle.
Zooby doo. Where
No.
are you?
We're not
I'll walk
answering
out.
that door. But yeah, I think with the Arne Slot and then obviously the change, Klopp is worth so many points to a team, and Liverpool have gotten so far with Klopp's just motivation and his aura, as much as I hate that word, to get as far as they have. Losing him is an unknown quantity. Slot could come in there, slot straight in, but it's hard to know.
Yeah, could be looking at another Sir Alex Ferguson effect where someone who is just so pivotal for the club that isn't on the pitch. You lose that, Paddy, as you said, as that aura, and suddenly levels drop that 4-5%. It's enough to drop enough points to kind of drop yourself out of the Champions League places. Okay, Dylan?
Yeah, I've gone actually Spurs in 5th. They would have been higher, but yeah, I think Spurs project is really exciting. I think the signing of Bergvall is going to be huge. Maddison coming back, because I think he wasn't fit for large parts of last season. Archie Gray's an unbelievable sign, going to slot right into that Spurs midfield. They've good squad depth. They've a really good manager, Solanke. Like, I could put them in the top 4, but not right now. But I think they're going to be really good next season. And I think again the signing of Solanke can't be underestimated. I think it's. I'll speak later on that.
They needed a striker.
Absolutely.
Badly,
They're never reaching the Champions League places with Richarlison leading the line ever.
No, but they could with Solanke theoretically. I just think they might miss out, but I think they could be up there.
Yeah. Okay. Scott, 4th.
I have Spurs in 4th. As Dylan said, I think that they've done really good business in the transfer window, and I think Bergvall, Gray, Solanke are just going to be fantastic for them.
I've gone 4th for Spurs as well. Exactly the same reason. I think they signed really well. Paddy?
I've got Newcastle 4th. I think they've got a really good team, proven by 2 seasons ago when they finished quite well. Very unlucky to not get not Champions League football, European football at all next season. It matters a lot when a team doesn't have it. They're going to be able to play their best team week in, week out. And as you said, Isaac, probably top 3 strikers in the league. I think one of his main issues has always been his injuries. And with playing less, it's going to be even easier. I think they've built a really good squad. Tonali's probably going to be back as well, as long as he doesn't start gambling again in the off-season. But I think Newcastle really have a good team and a good manager, and Howe knows that he needs to start well. So I think they'll do well next season.
Bill?
I've gone for the beloved Manchester United. I think some of the signings have been underestimated. I think the Ligt is a really good signing. I think Euro is going to be back in 3 months. I think the defensive options that United have this season, there's a few better in the league. I really do think that, especially if they can all stay fit. And we don't let Johnny Evans take a penalty again for the rest of the season. If we get Ugarte in again, I think I'm not alone in saying it. I think Paddy is with me here. I think it's a really good signing. A lot of Twitter doesn't think it's a good signing. I think Ugarte could be
I don't
a really
understand that. Like, as in, one bad season at PSG doesn't define you. At Sporting Lisbon,
100%.
everybody was saying world class, super prospect. Then nobody plays well at PSG. How many centre mids do you know who go there and just destroy the careers because of PSG. Quality midfielder, I agree with you completely.
Why get Ugarte
Yeah,
when Ben
midfielder.
Sheaf is on the market?
Don't
But
fucking
no, I
get me
think
started, lads. Don't get Dylan started. Oh my god.
I like them, but look, now I think Ugarte. To be honest, I think Ugarte could be one of the best options on the market, and the reason I think that is United need intensity in the midfield.
Yeah. They need
So,
legs.
especially for the way Ten Hag plays, you need intensity in the middle of the park to press as hard as he presses. Ugarte is one of the most intense midfielders on the market. I do agree with Scott in terms of the goals last season, the goals the season before, they weren't really there, but I really think Garnacho is going to have a breakout season in terms of goals this season. I think Ahmad is going to add goals, and I think we'll just sneak into the top 4 places, provided everyone stays fit. But you can say that for any team in the list. But yeah, I do think
all you have to
do
do is look at the start of this preseason and seeing that it's not happening already. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Luke Shaw's out today.
for 3 games, could be longer. Amas is probably going to have to be promoted. But look, I think Mazraoui is an able deputy to come in and do well. I think he knows the left back role well, so I'm not worried as for now. But yeah, I do think we'll sneak in just.
Okay. Scott, who have you got in fourth? Is it fourth, third?
Third, yeah.
Third.
Third, I've got Liverpool. I know what people are saying about we haven't signed anyone, but I truly believe that our squad is already in a fantastic place. I think the DM position is the only position we really needed for the starting 11, whereas any other positions would have just been an upgrade on our depth options. So I don't understand what people are saying with new manager, no signings, but I still think we have a good enough squad to get into third.
Centre back?
I think we can. I think we can get away with having Van Dijk, Kwanzaa, Konate, and Joe Gomez.
But
injuries
wise,
though.
Van Dijk can stay fit, and historically, over the last 2 or 3 seasons, he's got a bit of a worrying injury record as well.
I think the whole back line does.
Not really. He had that one big injury. He hasn't really missed many more games after that. Konate is worrying, but
Konate's a crock.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been injured a lot. I like Kwanzaa. I think Kwanzaa can definitely fill in for Konate, but it's let's say start of the season Van Dijk gets injured and then you're relying on Konate and Kwanzaa. It is difficult. I think Liverpool would need one more centre back, maybe a left-footed centre back that can play left back, like what United are looking for, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I think a centre back and a centre defensive midfielder in Liverpool would be laughing.
But Paddy?
Third for me is Tottenham. I think looking at Spurs last season, so good for the first half of it. Then injuries happened. Players like James Maddison went out of form. Now they signed a player like Solanke who can play up top. Solanke's going to take that position. Left wing's going to have Son Heung-min back in his best position. And then on the right wing, they've got a torrent of options. So they've got Brennan Johnson. They've got, what's the other lad? Kulusevski. And then in centre back and mid, they've got James Maddison. That front 4 is quality. And as well as that, they're not in the Champions League. They can focus on the Premier League. It doesn't matter to them. And then if you look at the back as well, I think Romero's a really good centre back. I think in goal as well, because in the team just overall is quite good. And I think given the fact they can focus on the Premier League, it's going to be good for them this season.
Do you not worry about just how high a line Ange plays and whether that's suited to the Premier League?
Not really. I think it's his style of football, and I think he said even himself that it's how he plays, and the players have to fit into it. They've got a season of learning it now, and all the players have bought into it. And I think a lot of people will notice that in the second half of the season, that high line wasn't so jarring as it was in the first half. I think a lot of people looked at it when Chelsea and them were playing in the game where they went down to 9 men and he persisted with that high line. As the season went on, I saw games where they're against teams like Man City. They weren't that high up. They just weren't.
Is that because they were missing Mickey van der Ven, though?
Possibly, yeah.
Possibly,
but
yeah. Like, as in, the thing is, people always just like say, oh, it's a high line regardless of who's playing. I think he showed tactical flexibility last season in the fact that he was able to drop deeper with players that he didn't have. So I think they're going to be up there. I think their attacking is going to do more than the defending. But that was the same last year. And they were title contenders. A lot of people forget early on in the season because of how Ange got them playing.
They were unbeaten for 9 10 games. And I do think if I was a manager and we had a back 4 as physically dominant and quick as that Spurs back four.
You have an
Probably
highlight.
play as high line. Yeah, play a high line
Absolutely.
if I
Because you
could.
push everybody forward, the pressure's up at the offense, you can get high turnovers, all that sort of thing. I
Yeah.
think with a team like that, you can afford to do that. If you have somebody like Johnny Evans at centre back, that's not possible.
No. Yeah, and that's why United struggled so much last season at the high line, because you can't do it with them defenders. But Van de Ven's
No.
probably the quickest defender on the planet. Like, let's
Yeah.
be honest.
He is. I think
He
he might be the quickest
absolutely is.
player on the planet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
37
yeah.
kilometers an hour or something crazy like that.
Yeah, he's a bullet.
Well, I think during the Olympics they were showing a graphic of Usain Bolt and Mickey van der Ven, weren't they? I mean, that's the kind of standard that we're looking at.
The fact you can compare
yeah.
them is crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
Dill, third place.
I'm going to shock the world here. I actually have gone for Liverpool. I think Slot's a good manager. I don't think Liverpool are being left anywhere near in a similar situation to how Fergie left United. I do think there's a good squad there. They were title champions for a lot of last season. There was some tactical things that Jurgen Klopp possibly inhibited Liverpool in a way. I know a lot of Liverpool fans have spoken about that. Sometimes Liverpool weren't as tactically flexible as the fans would perhaps have liked. Slot could bring that in. I'm not going to say Slot's going to get more out of Liverpool's side, because you have to factor in the fact that Jurgen Klopp was Liverpool for 8 or 9 years. It's going to take a while for Slot to even generate that respect off the Liverpool players, but he is a very tactically astute manager. Liverpool have a good squad. Attacking wise, they've some of the best options in the league still. And if they can get a defensive midfielder over the line before the end of the window, I think they could comfortably finish third, personally.
Do you think they're going to play Gravenberch as the DM?
I don't think they should.
It seems to be the case.
Yeah.
He's never been a DM though. He's an
Yeah.
I'd say he's an 8. He's not really a
Quite an attacking
kind of that
eight as
hybrid.
well.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
kind of a hybrid. He couldn't. I think Bayern tried to play him as a 6, and that's why he was out of the team.
He doesn't
I
run
could be
enough to be a
wrong.
6, I think.
No, I don't think he's good on the ball, but I don't think he's good enough on the ball in that area. He's not a destroyer either.
I think
No,
I'd rather
definitely
have
not.
Curtis Jones as the 6th than Gravenberch, to be honest.
Jesus,
I think Jones would be a better 6.
That's a terrifying
Gravenberch.
prospect for those
It
two
is.
to be your 6.
Yeah.
I know there's obviously Endo, but when you signed Endo, that was a stopgap.
Yeah.
I don't think Slot likes Endo, does he? That's the news coming out of Liverpool
Yeah.
camps that he was like Endo.
Look, I think McAllister's a functional number 6, but you don't really want to have him there because it just
No.
inhibits his best abilities.
No, it's yeah.
What about your man
And look,
Badge or whatever?
That's pitch.
I think he's quality, but he's been out injured. He's been out for a
Big
year.
injury.
He's barely played any game time, and the comments
Yeah.
coming out from journalists are saying that even though we're not getting a 6, they still want to send him out on loan to get game time.
That makes sense,
It's
yeah.
it would be a big ask. It's like
Yeah.
let's say when Malacia comes back from injury, it's like asking him to jump in and be in like a starting left back.
I'd
It's a
surprised
very
if he's
big
able
ask.
to play for it under 21s again, let's be honest.
I think
Yeah,
if
it's a
he
very big
wasn't
ask.
injured, he would have saved us the money this year if he wasn't injured last season.
Yeah.
He proved in his first season he can be an adequate 6 for
Yeah.
Liverpool, definitely. But look, I think Liverpool need a ground covering 6 just like United do. I thought as
Yeah,
good as
I agree.
Zubamendi is, I didn't think him and McAllister on the pivot out of possession was the right option. So I'm not saying it's a blessing in disguise they've missed out on Zubamendi, but if they can find a ground covering 6 who's near enough to the level of Zubamendi, I don't think they'll mind missing out on that signing in the long
If
run.
only they had assigned Moises Caicedo.
I know.
All
And look,
Or too
Well,
Or
shiny.
Liverpool
Lavia, yeah.
All of it.
were Liverpool not full out for Ugarte when he was last born?
They
No,
were. So were
we
Arsenal.
were just linked, but I don't think we ever went in from.
Arsenal were in for him.
Yeah, Arsenal were in for him for a long time. Arsenal were in for every midfielder and they never end up signing anyone. Bar
Yeah.
Rice.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that worked out okay.
Yeah,
he's not done badly.
He's alright.
Okay. I am going to shock the world with my prediction for third. I am going to go with Manchester City.
Oh, I know.
Third.
It's just like a points deduction because of the 15 charges.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Jeez.
genuinely think that they will be hit with a points deduction and that they will end up in third.
I think that would that would shock the world, to be fair. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think if they're going to get hit with a points deduction, they're getting thrown out of the league.
Yeah.
I think that
No, see, they've got 115 charges and they're all across different things. I think they'll be guilty on some and not guilty on others. They'll be given a 10, 15 point penalty and that'll be it.
10, 15 point deduction, they still finished in second easy.
They're probably still win the
Not
league.
even close.
Yeah. No, I've got them third.
The funny thing is, if they got that 10 to 15 point deduction in the year we finished second under Jose, they would have won the league with 5 points.
Yeah.
Ole would have had a title.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, honestly, I would be unbearable if Solskjaer had won a title. I promise everyone on this planet.
I would have been like every Liverpool fan I know.
Okay.
Oh, stop.
Sorry.
Right. Let's do 2 and 1 together now then, because if you give 2, it's kind of gonna give away your number 1 anyway. So Scott.
Oh, I haven't said Chelsea are United yet.
You could, yeah.
Very true, actually.
I really don't think you've got them in the top 6 at all, so I'm not worried about it.
Or the top 10.
Yeah,
Or the league.
You might have them in your bottom 6, but definitely not your top.
No.
Oh, so yeah, top 2. I have Arsenal in second, and I have City win the league again. I don't know. There's just something about Arsenal that they just don't have that oomph about them where they can beat City. Like at least when Liverpool bet City to that one title we got, you could feel it coming. Just because I think getting 97 points is like a ridiculous amount of points, and it's like that's a team who can win the league. But I just think there's no star power in Arsenal's team, to put it that way.
Great trophy, that 97 points. So I love that.
Yeah, what a trophy.
Proud day for me. Paddy?
I'm going the opposite. I think Arsenal win it this season. And you know what? The thing is, I think it's going to be the worst experience of my life because Arsenal fans are so unbearable.
Yeah, they are bad.
Oh, like as in, I say this
Nearly
as a
bad.
United fan, like, and we are bad, but Arsenal fans are another level.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think looking at the team, they've got depth. They've basically got 2 players in every position, like who could start for basically any team in the league. I just think they've got it in them. And then City as well, I think they're going to be starting Oscar Bob this season. I think a lot of players coming back late will have a slow start. And then the thing is with City, they can do it where they win 10 games, 13 games, 20 games in a row. But I think there's a lot of players who are leggy now. They might be tired after the long seasons. They might need the break. And this might be the season that they fall off. And it's a lot to ask for how many titles they have in a row.
Yeah,
They've got 4. I don't think they get to 5. But do you think Julian Alvarez is going to be a miss for them if Haaland misses a couple of games through injury?
I don't think he was a very good striker. I think his best position was an attacking mid. I think Kevin De Bruyne, as well as that, he's gone leggy. I thought he'd be going to Saudi, but I think a lot of their players are the wrong side of 30. Even like the more established players, they're in their late 20s. They need a rebuild pretty soon, and I think that's when Pep is going to go.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Okay, Arsenal to win the league. Dylan?
I've actually gone City second, and I've Ipswich to win the league.
you saying that wouldn't even surprise me.
No, honestly,
that's the worst
you
thing.
never know.
You don't read the WhatsApp chat, lads. You don't read the WhatsApp chat.
You never know. No, I agree with Paddy. I've gone City second. I think in midfield, I think they need probably 2 new players. I think Kovacic is a good player, but I don't think he's going to win you a league title. I agree. I think De Bruyne injured for a lot of last season. We don't know if he's going to get injured again this season. I think he should have been sold. I think they should have made that decision and parted ways with him. I think defensively at the back, Walker has had a poor season last year, I have to say, although I still said he was world class. I think he's fallen off. I don't think Diaz is as good a player as he once was. Personally, if I was Pep Guardiola, I'm not. I'm a bloke from Coolock. I'd be putting Rico Lewis at right back.
I think he will.
Yeah,
I think he will.
I think Rico Lewis is a top player. I think I'd be moving him out of the side.
I would have sold Edison as well.
Yeah, probably would have sold Edison as
well. Yeah.
So he doesn't want to be there.
No, I don't think he wants to be there at all. He was entertaining offers, obviously, but I just think I don't know. As good as I think Oscar Bob is, and I think he will be a really good player for them this season. Do they have the star power in terms of a front three? I think Liverpool probably have more firepower up front, personally.
Yeah.
Well, that's assuming that Diaz doesn't go to City himself.
That's bollocks. Come on.
That whole transfer got
pure
rubbished in about 10 minutes after it came out.
Yeah.
No. But yeah, I just think, and as well, you have to factor in the hunger. It is so hard to get out of bed in silk pajamas, and they've been getting out of bed in silk pajamas for the past 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Can they do it for a fifth? I don't think so. I think one thing I do think Arsenal need before the deadline is probably the signing of Marino, if they can get that over the line. I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know if Jorginho can do it for 38 games. So I think a player like Marino to come in and do another job in midfield, another option. And personally, I think they might need a striker.
Yeah, I think they need a striker.
Yeah.
They definitely.
I think Havertz was quite good last season. He added a lot to them.
100%.
Yeah, I think he did okay in the Euros as well. Actually,
if Arsenal got, let's say, because Brentford are saying they don't want to sell Tony, but I think he only has a year left in his deal, if I'm not mistaken.
He does, yeah.
Wrong. If Arsenal come in with a loan with obligation to buy and sign Ivan Toney, I think they'd win the league comfortably. Personally,
the relationship's already there as well. They did exactly the same with David Raya. They did loan with an obligation.
Exactly.
The thing is with that, like, as in if you're doing a loan with an obligation where a player's out of contract, well, is that legal?
No, yeah, sorry, it wouldn't be. They would. I think would Tony would Tony have to sign, say, a 1-year contract extension or something like that?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, something like that. But or look, if Arsenal come in with a £40 million bid, and just take him off the hands. But
I
think they need a player like
team.
that.
Like, I think for everything he offers in terms of positivity in terms of goal scoring threat, he had such a negative atmosphere because he's a wanker.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
I mean that in the most PC way possible, but that man has spoken so negatively about Brentford, an established Premier League club now, who have players who are much bigger than him, like Christian Eriksen, and talking about he's the king of Brentford. That man needs to fucking look at himself in the mirror and think, you know what, I'm a melt.
Yeah,
and Brentford are such a well-run club as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I said, they're established. They've got analytics galore. They're one of the best run teams in England, and he's just there. Exactly, and he's there talking every single week, going like, "Oh, this team's crap. I want to leave."
Yeah.
And it's not a one-time thing. Like, I sent this videos of him in Ibiza chatting up with women, going like, "Oh yeah, fuck Brentford," all that sort of stuff. He's a melt. I hate him.
You do have to show respect at the club you're at.
Yeah, exactly.
Before Paddy gets the podcast cancelled,
that's grand. I'm saying things that are grand. They're acceptable. Everybody in football thinks he is, so it's grand.
Well, I mean, that is true. His teammates included. I'm going to give you my top two, and you'll be surprised because
Man City aren't there.
Man City.
I know who it is.
Two, no. So I've got, and I did this on last week's podcast as well. I've gone Arsenal winning the league and Man United second. I think we'll finish runners up.
Can I have your reason for that? Because look, I understand.
Yeah, you can.
It starts with D and ends with illusion.
Honestly, I think it's that must be the Liverpool shirt seeping into No, genuinely, I think if we get in Ugarte and or an other in midfield to replace Casemiro's legs, I think we've made the right signings this summer in the areas that we needed to strengthen. We needed somebody up front to support Højlund. Paddy,
there's one signing that we didn't make.
There is a signing that we didn't make. You're gonna say left back, aren't you?
No, I'm gonna say new manager.
Right, fine.
The most important signing.
The most important signing.
Yeah.
Okay, look, I genuinely believe that we have a crop of centre-backs now that are capable of competing with anybody in the league. We have our player of the season last season was a right back. That's probably not a good indication of how badly we played last season. If you get Rashford singing, you've got Kobbie Mainoo who's broken his way into not only the first team, but the England team, played an international tournament, made it all the way to the final, one of the players of the tournament. You've got Bruno Fernandes, who's probably going to be in a much better shape this season. I genuinely think all the tools are there, especially when teams are looking at us going, we turned them over last season, lads, it'll be fine. I think we're probably going to be a bit underestimated, and I think we'll end up second by virtue of Man City's points deduction.
But can I ask you one question though, like that maybe something that could boost us to win the league title? Do you think if we had Nani in the squad, we'd win?
Well, Nani has how many league titles? Yeah, I think you need somebody in the league in the squad that knows how to win
Johnny Evans has league titles. It doesn't mean we'll win the league.
He's got 4 of them.
Can we pop the question to the viewers though, right? Leave your answer in the comments. We had an argument last night.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
Who was a better footballer, Marcus Rashford or Nani?
It wasn't an argument. It was a stupid comment.
It was. Yeah, it was a fairly stupid comment, to be fair. But
look, leave your answer in the comments. That's all we're asking.
Yeah,
and if you answer the wrong one, I'm gonna personally reply to you and call you stupid.
I'm looking at you, Kyle Houlihan.
If you get no comment, you were correct.
Yeah. No, there'll be a like on it and a heart and say, thank you very much, I love you. And
yeah, speaking of
this is why I'm not in the podcast too often, by the way, they banned me.
I mean, yeah, Paddy comes on once a year for our season predictions so he can make a fool of himself, and then we let him go. So that's all he's here for. To be fair, we did run a poll on Nani in the on Twitter yesterday. Yeah, it was 48% Nani, 52% Rashford.
That's such a joke. I remember the time I created a poll on Twitter and there was like 88% of people thought Eric Bailly was better than Harry Maguire.
People still think it.
People are stupid. And I'm people.
Still think it. I am people as well, yeah.
I'm also people.
Okay. That is our top 6. I think we all gone for Arsenal apart from Scott.
Yeah, I said City.
Yeah, Scott went City. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Listen, we've got Alfie in the studio. Alfie, you've done your predictions as well. Give us your top 6 from 6
my
to 1.
top 6. Yeah. My top 6 was I had 6 West Ham, 5 Liverpool, 4 Spurs, 3rd Arsenal, 2nd United, 1st City. But to be honest, you lot have all just convinced me that Arsenal are winning it and City are coming 8th. So do you know what?
Okay.
I like the West Ham show. I almost had them in my top 6.
Yeah, I do like it.
Yeah, Sam signed well.
Wow. I think we need to come on to West Ham later on because there's a specific section for that. Right, we're going to do bottom 6 on who's going to be relegated, and if you don't mind, I'm going to give you my 20th place first because it's really important to me. Everton. Everton. Yes, you. Everton. Okay,
what?
Thanks. No. It's Everton bottom.
They're not getting another points deduction. What?
Actually, they have. They might be getting another.
They'll get like 4 points.
They'll be grand.
Everton are going to finish mid-table.
Sean Dyche's mighty toffees.
He's got one of the best defensive setups in the league.
That's just a Liverpool jersey making you say that.
Yeah. I thought it was supposed to be a friendly rivalry.
I need to get this off. No, I've gone Forest bottom.
Okay, grand. At least that's somewhat reasonable. I was like, what the heck?
No. That was aimed at someone specific, and they know who they are. Forest bottom.
Okay. Yeah.
That's not a bad show. I do have them.
They're in my bottom 6.
Yeah,
they're in my bottom 6. Yeah, they do exist in that position.
Yeah. They're not anywhere higher than the bottom 6. Let me tell you.
No, they can't be.
Okay, Scott.
I have Ipswich to come last.
No, I don't see that.
Yeah, I just don't see them doing that great.
Okay.
I'm not going to hunt you down.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it.
Hunt me down.
I might do.
I haven't really seen much of their business, to be honest, and just not sure on Ipswich.
Yeah.
Liam Delap season.
Yeah. I think if they manager them more than anything that's going to keep them up.
They might sign Ben Chafe.
Winner.
World-class player.
Yeah. Okay, Paddy.
20th is Leicester. I think they've got a good chance of getting a points deduction, losing Enzo Maresca. They don't have a striker. Jamie Vardy's starting the season injured. I think Patson Daka's injured. They refuse to play Tom Cannon up top. I think they looked so good last season in the Championship, but then almost bottled it. I just don't think they have the gusto to do well. I think they're in massive debt as well. I just don't see them doing anything. I think they're straight back down. They're going to take that parachute money and run.
Okay, that's to be fair. I'm not too unhappy with that. Dylan.
Yeah, I have Leicester as well. I think Cooper had probably a better squad at his disposal last season for Forest. He was sacked last season, wasn't he? He was sacked
Yeah.
mid-season last season
Yeah,
for us.
yeah.
I don't think this is anywhere near as even close to the type of talent in the side. I think they're weak defensively. They have 4 midfielders
Yeah, they
at their
sold
disposal.
your man to Chelsea as well.
Yeah, Dewsbury Hall.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they've 4
Yeah,
midfielders.
who was their best player? They're relying on Harry
They made
Winks
a
for creativity.
Exactly. Indeed, he has passed his best. Boubacar Samara, has he ever been good since he signed? They made a good signing in Facundo Buonanotte from Brighton, but again, I just really don't think they're going to do anything, and I think they'll go straight back down. They won't be as bad as the likes of Sheffield United. I think they'll win a few games, but they'll go back down.
Yeah.
They've signed Bobby De Cordova-Reid. They've signed
he's a good signing.
Caleb Coley.
That's uninspiring, isn't it? He's about 32 now.
He's 31, yeah, and they got him for free from Fulham. They've signed Caleb Coley from Atlanta.
He's a good player.
Yeah.
But
their best players like Steffi Madvidi.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Yeah, he's quality, and James Justin as well. They have some good players. You don't get promoted that easily by being crap. But like Ricardo Pereira as well. But
as in best Connor Cody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they've got a team that will do well in the championship.
Yeah.
But I think too much of an ask, especially with the players that they're lost.
Playing Norwich ball. They're playing Norwich ball.
Yeah. Okay.
Up and down like a yo-yo.
We've got 2 more relegation positions to go. Scott, what's your next one?
I have Leicester 19th. Same reasons, their squad looks. I've seen someone post a photo of their main starting 11, and it looked very championship level. Didn't look very great at all. And I think Cooper's a good manager, but I don't think he has the tools to work with that Leicester squad and actually make them decent.
I think he was really harshly done by at Forest as well, by the way. I think he is a good manager.
I think he is a good manager, but I think it's too much of a task.
Yeah.
Okay.
Paddy?
Bournemouth.
Okay.
I think it's not an unfair shout to say that losing Dominic Solanke is absolutely massive for them. I don't even know who's the replacement. Is it going to be Semenyo? Is it going to be Jebison? As in losing a player like that who scores 17, 18 goals last season, wasn't it? Massive for them. You just can't replace that. Obviously, they have players like Clivert and all, but the rest of their team is championship, I think. If you look at defence as well, obviously the lad, what was their centre-back's name? The Argentinian fella?
Senesi.
Wow.
Senesi. Senesi
goal scoring centre-back.
Yeah, I think he's quality. But then at goalkeeper as well, Neto had howlers in him last season. I don't even think he's going to be their starting goalkeeper. I think they've got so many issues in their team, and I think they're just accepting they're going down. I don't see them investing that Solanke money in.
Yeah, sure. They have the Turkish fella Unal as well, didn't they? They bought him in, was it January?
From Getafe, yeah.
They're also looking at Eddie Nketiah.
That just screams relegation.
Yeah.
But I think looking at the team Zabarni as well, and they signed Hudson from Juventus. So they've got good centre backs, but then as much as I want Mark Travers to be good because he's Irish, he's not. And
proper staring into the camera.
There's an intensity, But yeah, I just think defensively, the Kerkez as well, he wants to fucking leave. Then I think defense is probably the best, and then the rest is just. But as in, if you have a great defense and a crap goalkeeper behind you, you're still going down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're still going to concede a lot of goals. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Dill.
I want to look right into the camera when I say this, and I want one person to listen to me very closely. Southampton are gone. Gone, baby.
Wonder who that's at.
Gone, baby. Gone. Gone, baby. Gone. Look, I think Russell Martin's a good manager. I think there's some nice players in the squad, but they are going to lose Billy contract likely. Kyle Walker-Peters could leave towards the end of the window. They did recruit well with Ronnie Edwards, but again, it's going to take time to adjust to Premier League football.
Big ask.
Coming from Peterborough. Big ask.
Yeah.
I think the signing of Lallana is nostalgia based. I don't think it's a good thing. I think they needed
half
more.
a coach.
Yeah, you probably will.
Yeah.
Midfield is Smallbone's a decent player. I don't know if he's going to keep you up in the Premier League. Aribo wasn't great the last time he was in the Premier League. Flynn Downs is a good signing, but I just don't think they have enough to remain in the Premier League.
But they
just really don't
signed,
think they do.
They signed a young centre back from Manchester City as well, haven't they? Like 20
Yeah,
odd.
Harold Bellis.
Howard Bellis. He's a good player.
Oh, yeah. He's
Yeah.
very good.
He is a good player. But I just don't think they have enough.
Does he
Look,
start?
Burton Diaz, good signing as well. But
I
They
think
lost Che Adams as well on a free transfer to Torino.
yeah, they lost Che
Yeah.
Adams.
Torino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Premier
But
League
they
crew,
signed
like-
But they signed Brereton Diaz as well, who was good at Sheffield United last season.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've nice players, but again,
Yeah.
they still have Onuachu on the books. So
Yeah.
I
Who
think-
is, by the way, one of the best performers in the world in terms of XG. He overperforms his XG massively. And whenever anybody talks about XG, I just have to say Paul Onuachu. Because he's one of the worst footballers I've ever seen.
we'll clip this.
I'm
now.
fine with it.
Onuachu
Like, as in,
great.
he'll fall over himself more than goals he scores.
Oh, he's like 6'7" or 6'8", isn't he?
He has the,
Yeah, and
he
you know
scored the
anybody
one
who's
in
about that
football
height,
history.
anybody who's about that height is fucking rubbish at football.
Paddy, how
Crouch.
tall are you?
About that height, yeah.
Okay,
I lined you up.
Yeah. I've gone Leicester next, and I've also gone. I might as well round out my my bottom three. I've also gone Southampton, so I've gone Forest, Leicester, Southampton.
Nice.
My
Alex.
18th place is Ipswich. I think they'll be like Luton last season, and they will be the kind of team that I just, they're there through a great manager and with a lot of motivation with players which probably aren't good enough to be in the division.
Take some points off some of the big boys.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Same as Luton.
Yeah. Okay. Scott.
I've got Forest in 18th. I just think it's their time to go, really. It's just
It's
time.
time to go!
It's time to go.
Yeah.
They've ran it close too many times. It's just time to go.
What's that
You've
guy from
outstood.
TikTok? What's that guy from
There
TikTok?
we
who always-
land.
Oh, no. Yeah. Do you know that ginger guy who set up an OnlyFans? He was like, get
Oh,
out!
Luke Bennett.
Get out!
Get out.
Get
Luke
out!
Bennett,
Okay. I think I'm too old for this discussion. Okay.
Get
Dill,
out!
Dill, who's rounding out your relegated teams?
Yeah, it's gonna be Forest as well, and there's
Yeah.
a couple of reasons. Attacking football exclusive. Callum Hudson-Odoi could leave towards the end of the window. A lot of
Okay.
interest. A lot of interest in the Premier League. Could leave. I think it'd be a big loss for them.
That was so
Um,
sinister looking, I'm not gonna lie.
It was, yeah.
Your little,
I
like,
know. Looking at you.
we could live.
It's an
Paddy, we've
exclusive.
got to put up with this every week, mate. It's about time you had a fucking hour of it.
Jesus, what have I done to myself?
It's the mustache. That's what it is.
Kind of the same as Scott. It is just that time to go. I think Worrell's aging, Toffolo's aging. I think they made a good signing in Milenkovic, but I just think squad depth-wise, I don't know. I just feel like it's that time to go. There's actually not a lot of reason in me saying Forest are going down,
Yeah, same.
because there is probably. I think
Forest
Ipswich
are
are the
quality
weaker.
players, lads.
Yeah, they do.
Alanga's
I just-
probably one of their best players.
Yeah,
Like, as in Danilo, arguably a top
Unbelievable
four player. Murillo, by the way, if he didn't
one
play
of the
for
best centre
them,
backs around.
he is absolutely one of the best centre backs in the league. And they've got players in that team who are just way above the rest of the
level.
team.
Oh, but I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
Nuno's not a great manager, though.
I think at Wolves he was very good when he played that back three, but I don't know. Look, I actually do agree. I think it actually might be my bias putting Forest in the bottom three for who I have outside the bottom three. But yeah, I'm going with Forest for now. Let me be biased.
Yeah, fair.
With Forest, one of our dearly missed attacking football hosts and panelists has a very specific Forest player that he has been championing for a better part of a year. Do we remember who that is, boys?
Morgan
We
Gibbs
do.
White.
Morgan Gibbs
Morgan
White.
Gibbs White. Any chance he's leaving this summer?
There we. No, you never know though.
Yeah.
They spent so much money on him that
They have.
anybody trying to sign him would
Yeah,
have to spend a good to
Not
60 million for him. So
just so they
I
make
think
some
it's
bit of
been-
money on him.
yeah,
40
like,
million euro.
I thought it was like 42 million pounds.
It's 40
think it was
million euro
close,
on
yeah.
transfer market.
That's probably the base fee. But yeah, they spent a lot of
Yeah.
money on him. Like, as in, there's no way they're letting him go cheap.
Yeah. Okay, let's do our three that almost get relegated, but not quite.
Should we do them as just three rather than?
Yeah,
Yeah, just
yeah.
say all three.
Yeah,
So
'cause it doesn't matter where they finish.
Yeah, fuck it. I've got Ipswich, Bournemouth, and Everton. I have got Everton, but they were just safe. Scott?
I've gone with Southampton, Brentford, and Bournemouth.
Brentford?
Yeah, I don't know. There's just something about Brentford. I'm just
Okay.
like, there's just something about them, and I don't
Did
know
they
what
not
that.
sell you a midfielder that you wanted or something? What?
I don't know what that something is, but there's just something about them.
Okay.
Brentford are
fine.
nothing to me. They are just when I look at them, I just think that stinks of mid table.
Yeah, but they ran through us
Yeah.
twice last season, so
Everybody ran through us twice last season.
I could have ran through us.
I did. Paddy?
So 17th I have Southampton, 16th I have Fulham, and 15th I have Forest.
Forgotten about Fulham.
Fulham have lost the defensive midfielder, Joe
Yeah,
Palhinha.
Yeah.
Massive miss. World-class player, I think. Losing a player like that in defensive midfield. And then obviously they've lost Tosin as well. They've lost a lot of the spine of the team over the last 2 seasons. Even losing Mitrovic. That being said, Rodrigo Muniz is absolutely class. I think in a couple of seasons you'll see him at a top 4 side.
Baller.
Also Sports United.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bring them on.
Absolutely.
17th Brentford, 16th Bournemouth, 15th Ipswich.
Oh,
Yes.
you've got Ipswich safe as
Ipswich.
well. Okay.
That high.
Kieran
Yeah.
McKenna's Blue Army.
See, I think they will scrape just enough points to survive, and I think there's probably a couple of clubs that are going to end up with points deductions that I think they'll survive. I think they will. Alpine, your turn, brother. Go from 15th down to 20th, my man.
Yeah, for me, I had 15th Bournemouth, 16th Fulham, 17th Everton, 18th Forest, 19th Southampton, and 20th Leicester.
Okay, so broadly similar to everybody.
Yeah.
We're all
Oh,
pretty
no
much on the same page.
Ipswich. That's an interesting one.
No Ipswich for me now. No
Ipswich
for me.
mid-table?
Yeah, I think they're mid-table comfortable. Not comfortable. I think we'll get to the end, but not too far at the end. I think they'll be
Okay.
all right.
To be fair, the points difference between like 12th and 18th is normally
Yeah.
about 6
Yeah.
points. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter that much.
Literally.
It's not huge. Okay. Look, let's move on. We're going to go on to top goal scorer. Now, we all got this right last season. Paddy, I think it's one of the only predictions that we got right last season. And
Whoa! Me and Scott got Villa.
one of the only predictions we got right. One of. I did go back and watch. I think it's probably going to be a full house this year as well, is it not? I've gone Haaland.
Yeah, I've gone Alton as well.
Haaland.
Yeah, I've got Haaland as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see
Haaland.
anything else.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
Alfie.
Yeah, Haaland for me. I don't think anyone
There
else
you
is
go.
going to get close to him.
Quickest segment
Here's
of all
the full
time.
house. There you go.
Yeah,
Nice
literally.
and easy. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. Player of the season. Now this is interesting because it depends whether you think the player of the season always wins the league. So if you've got Arsenal winning the league, then by right you should be picking an Arsenal player of the season, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Paddy, you went Arsenal. Who's your player of the season?
Kai Havertz.
Wow.
Hey.
I respect it.
Wow.
Yeah, look, I don't hate it.
I mean,
I think
focal point of their attack. He'll be starting most of the games. He'll probably get about 15 goals and 10 assists.
yeah.
If he's key in that, it's either going to be him or Saka or Odegaard. And I think if you're the striker of a team that wins the league, you might be in with a shout.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
either you or me last year, Paddy, said that Havertz was the worst signing of the summer.
And you know what? I don't have an ego about me. I'm willing to be proven wrong. I think he's been a good signing.
I think he's been
Ready to
quality for
sign.
Arsenal.
Yeah,
I've done well.
really, really good. I
He's
had
kind
doubts
Oh, yeah,
initially
massive doubts.
when he was in that left, but especially when he was in that left centre mid role. But since he went up front, I think he's been unbelievable for him.
He looks to be back to the Bayer Leverkusen version of Havertz, and that was an exceptional player.
Like the thing is, when he was signed for Chelsea, he was a wonder kid.
Yeah.
He never really got
Yeah.
that role, and it seems like Arteta has sort of figured out how to make him what he wants. And
Exactly.
if that is a player who plays in between the lines up top, and then lets Martinelli or Trossard on the left, and then Saka cut in, then there's people behind him who do the running. I think it just gets the best out of him. And I think last season he was quality, but knowing the system even better this season, he'll be even better.
Yeah, I think he plays the role that I expect Xerxes to play for United.
I was just going to
That
say
in
that.
between, that in between the lines role. Obviously Xerxes is going to be 56 times better, but
Hopefully.
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Scott, player of the season.
I've gone for a bold one. I think it's going to be his last swan song, and KDB is going to clinch Player of the Year.
He's never won it, has he?
I think he won it once.
He must have.
No, I don't think he did.
Surely.
I think he did. I think there was one year he won it. I think was it 21, 22?
He's definitely won
Did he
Player of
win
the
it?
Year.
Have a look.
I think he has won it. Yeah.
Yeah, he won it in 2021 to 22 season.
Yeah.
And he won it.
He won it in 1920 as well, so
Yeah, he won it
Oh,
twice.
he won it twice,
I
didn't he?
think he's coming for the
Yeah.
hat trick. One last swan song in Manchester City.
We go again.
We go again.
Yeah, 2 Player of the Seasons, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's only,
Max Vidic's record.
he's only the 4th player to have 2. Yeah, like you said, Vidic, Ronaldo, and Henry.
Okay. Exceptional company to be in. And to be fair, he is the caliber of player that should be in that
Yeah.
group.
Yeah.
He's different gravy, like.
He is, but he should be in Saudi. He should be.
One last swan song.
Dylan?
Then Saudi.
Oh dear God.
Oh, that's get out of here.
Get out.
Get out.
I've got
Yeah.
Odegaard as well.
I think he's gonna.
Yeah.
As you said, it's usually a player who wins the league. He is their.
Yeah.
He's
I
their
think he's the
fulcrum,
best
like. He does
Yeah,
everything.
he's their playmaker. Everything runs through him, and if they're going to win the league title, he's going to be one of the main men. I think.
I think it's it can't come as a surprise to anyone that Arsenal are now suddenly challenging for the league year after year when he's in the team.
Yeah.
I genuinely believe that. It's him and Saliba. Those two were the pivotal signings that turned around Arsenal fortunes.
They were Arsenal's Van Dijk and Alisson.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Alfie, player of the season?
Yeah, I've got my United top one, so I might be a bit delusional, but I've gone for Marcus Rashford, my player of the season.
I hope so.
I hope so too.
So
Love
Marcus,
Albi.
Okay.
Where's
Who's
Nanny
he?
and all this?
Yeah, we haven't. Yeah.
Young player of the season was a bold one for us last year.
Who was it?
Well, I went for
Collectively.
Garnacho.
Yeah.
Can't remember who I said.
Who did I go for?
I think you went for what's his name from Liverpool, the young guy.
Oh, Shabazai.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was
Yeah.
a stinker.
Yeah, no, top stinker. Top stinker.
Yeah.
I don't even know who I went for.
No, I can't remember who you went for.
Steve Sidwell.
Steve Seaman.
Look, there's a lot more to choose from this year. There are some outstanding talents that came through last season. Scott, who have you gone for?
Look, I think young player of the year is always just one of the better players in the league. I think it's just going to be Cole Palmer again.
It's a decent shout, yeah. I think.
Cold.
Does Foden not qualify anymore because he's 23 now? Isn't
He's nearly 40.
he?
No, I think Foden's 24 now, so I think Foden doesn't qualify anymore.
It's 20. Yeah, it's 23 and under.
You have to be 23 by the
Yeah.
1st of July to be counted.
Yeah, he's 24.
That
now,
would have been
so-
very unfair. Like.
Yeah,
23 by when?
I think once July 1st, I think that's when
July
you get
1st,
counted.
oh.
So I remember Harry Kane won it when he was like 24 the whole season, because he was 23 when before July or on July 1st he was allowed to be in it.
Bloke with a full blown beard and he's winning Young Player of the Year. Like.
I had a full grown beard when I was 16. It doesn't
To be
matter.
fair.
Yeah,
to be fair. Yeah,
Same
no.
here.
Okay, Paddy.
Saka,
How old is Saka now?
22.
Why did you say, hold on? Is he
He's
22?
Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
Wow.
that made me remember what I said last year. I think I said Martinelli was winning it last year.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I think
That
so,
might
yeah.
be stinkier.
Oh, yeah, he had a bad
That is-
season.
Yeah, he's 22. Okay. Dill.
Garnacho. Going for Garnacho.
I did this last year. It's going to burn you, mate. Don't do it.
No, I'm telling you, he come onto that pitch the other day and he just looked like right wing Ronaldo from days gone by. the aura, the glint in his eye, that determination.
Lads, are we a Man United podcast?
The only similarity he has with Ronaldo is both of their names end with O.
No, right. I want you to go back, right, and look at right wing Ronaldo and look at when he used to cut into the box and finish the ball with his left foot. What Garnacho done against City is, I actually thought it was Ronaldo. I started calling him Ronaldo.
It's just going to make me sad.
He's going to break 10 Premier League goals. And he's going to win, and he's going to win Young Player of the Year.
I thought you were going to go way more dramatic than 10 goals.
I thought he's going to be like
25.
He's going to score 8 goals.
No, because you know why? Because I actually have when we do our little unhinged shout later on, I have an even worse one than what I just said.
I believe it fully, bro. I believe it fully.
Right, I've gone for a more realistic one. I've gone for Kobe Mainoo. And I think that is a realistic shout.
Yeah.
I think the only thing against them is that usually these awards go to players who score and assist.
Yeah.
Or unless you have like an unbelievable season as a defender. I think it's hard for a player like him to get these awards.
Like this, it could also go to somebody like Josko Vardiol as well.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
If you're like thinking about like somebody who's it has to be a team who's won the league. So I think Saka or Vardiol.
Or just had a season like Palmer did last season.
Yeah.
Or Harvey Elliott.
I was gonna say him, but then I was like, I think Cole Palmer it's gonna have a better season. Harvey Elliott was my second pick, just for the viewers out there.
Yeah.
Just to throw that out there.
Just for the viewers to know.
Hindu Monkey right now is looking at the screen going like
He wants to assault you.
Hindu Monkey will have Harvey Elliott in his FPL team by February.
No,
that's my prediction.
No, he won't. His cat might, he won't. Okay, Alfie, Young Player of the Season, young man.
Yeah, I'm the same as Dylan, and for the same reason, really. I couldn't believe how good he looked against City, and the things that are coming out about how he's practices shooting so much and everything. I think Garnacho, I think he gets it.
Okay. Fair enough. Signing of the season. There's a lot to choose from. There's a lot to choose from.
Should be unanimous, personally.
I don't think it will be. So.
No, I don't think it will be.
No.
I don't know if anyone's going to have the same person I have.
Well, you definitely haven't chosen a Liverpool player, have you?
Oh, no, it took me hours. I was deciding which Liverpool player to pick, and I decided, let me go with someone different.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Well,
let me hide my bias this time.
Since you've given it the big build-up, who have you gone for signing of the season?
I've gone for Yankuba Minta.
Oh, that's a great shout, actually.
I think he's quality, and I think he's going to do good things at Brighton.
Very young though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a shout for Young Player of the Season.
Yeah, could be.
He was really good at Feyenoord last season. He's a very exciting young talent.
Yeah.
I think we've all called him young about 6 times now in the past 30 seconds.
We are going to have to get a Thesaurus into the team, you know.
Yeah.
Paddy?
We really are.
Oh, come back to me.
He's googling.
I'm currently on Transfer Market looking at transfers.
Yeah. Paddy, funnily enough, I think you did exactly this last year. Okay, Dylan?
Nicholas Fulkrug.
Fulkrug's a good show. I wanted Fulkrug at United.
That's a wild one for saying that. You thought everyone would be unanimous.
Isn't he 31 years old?
He is, yeah.
The boy scored 16 goals, 10 assists last season. He's going to
He plays in the Bundesliga. I could score 16 goals in a Bundesliga.
See, if it was a West Ham player, I thought it would have been Somerville. Because he was my second pick.
No, because Fulkrug's going to be scoring goals in the winter, not the summer. So why would I say Somerville? Kill me.
Oh,
Get out.
God's sake.
Get out.
You're not, Dylan, you're not coming on next year's predictions. Paddy, have you found one for us yet?
Well, I've got so the issue is that I have 2, and I think the thing is with a signing of the season, are we accounting for the fee that's paid?
Yes.
No. Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Are we? Because
it's got to be value for money as well, right?
Fuck them fees.
Fuck the fees.
Okay, well, I'll just say it like this. I think Krasenic Somerville is going to be an absolute baller for West Ham. I think 35 million is going to be seen, or 30 million pounds is going to be seen as a snip. I think he's absolutely quality. I genuinely think He'll be one of the best wingers in the league next season. But then I also think that Solanke will get Spurs third. I also don't think... I think West Ham will finish 9th. So, based on position, I'm going to go Solanke signing this season.
Okay,
Second choice, I like it.
So I've gone for a West Ham player as well. I've gone for Tadeo.
Yeah, not bad, yeah. Oh, he is signed on, today was a decent.
Stealing him away from Juventus was an absolute masterstroke by the board. They literally flew out to France, put him on a plane, and flew him back to London, almost in handcuffs, like with a gun in his back. But he is an absolute quality centre-back. We wanted him at United, and we couldn't sign him because of the UEFA rules. But I genuinely think with Zuma leaving, he steps into that centre-back role and probably changes that side completely.
Zuma might not be leaving.
No, I think
I swear I seen a Derby Land video saying it was confirmed.
Yeah, but
He failed.
he failed his medical.
He failed his medical. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
I think they're.
but that's never stopped him before.
Yeah, he'll just kick his way through, like.
Yeah, well, oh my god.
Hang on, did the cat fail a medical or did he fail a medical?
Oh yeah.
He failed the CAT scan apparently.
Okay, fine.
That's the first good one you've had.
That is actually good. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I robbed it off Twitter. I'm not going to take credit for it.
No, just take credit. Pretend you're a
That's
genius.
everyone steals tweets anyways.
So I nearly invited you back next year, then but you ruined it. Alfie, let's go. Signing of the season.
I've gone for Matthias de Ligt. I think him and Martinez, I think they're going to have them partnership by the end of the season is going to be unbelievable, I think. Matthias de Ligt for me.
I don't hate
it. They will both have a great partnership in that injury room together.
Yeah.
I reckon they'll stay fit. Let's try and stay positive. They'll stay fit. We win the league. We win the treble.
Alfie, I've been a United fan way too long to be positive anymore.
Yeah.
Can I throw in a conditional?
You've had all the positives. I've had nothing.
That's fair.
Let's throw in a conditional, lads.
Fair.
If United sign Sander Berge,
Yeah.
he's getting signed into the season. And look, James that I'm up with here said it last week. Anyone in that Man United midfield is going to look like the best midfielder on the planet.
Yeah.
After last season.
Scott McTominay when he goes to Fulham.
He will look unbelievable, I'm telling you now.
Casemiro and Amrabat didn't look like the best midfielders in the world last season.
Scholes called him Gattuso.
I do think that Chelsea have signed a potential world-class player at this window as well.
Which one of the 67 signings are you referring to, Paddy?
Neto.
Wildly, you're not going to like what I have to say next.
Yeah, same here. That's what I'm thinking.
What?
And it's not because I actually agree with Paddy in the sense that he is probably, in terms of talent, one of the best signings in the league, but it's his availability issues.
Yeah, injuries. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to bring me neatly on to worst signing of the season, and I've gone for Pedro Neto.
How on earth?
I've gone for Pedro Neto as well.
It's Pedro Neto. How can it not be? They've spent £60 million on someone that's going to play 4 games.
Over.
We could all look stupid and Neto could stay fit for the entire season.
Whoa. Speak for yourself. I think he'll be class. I think he'll start like 25 games.
He's a wonderful player, but you can only be a good player if you're playing.
He will.
What, in the reserves every comeback from injury?
I mean, like, hasn't he had like 20 games like in a season apart from like last year or something? I'm checking.
He has 111 Premier League appearances, I think. You can quote me on that.
He had 20 games last season, 18 the year before, 13 the year before. Then the 2 seasons before that, 31, 29.
He's got 3 seasons of injuries and you spend 60 million on him.
Well, I will be willing to...
He's got 4 goals in 3 seasons.
Yeah,
I know he's more of a playmaker than a goal scorer. He's got more assists, but 3 goals in 3 seasons is grim.
I think when he's playing at a better side than Wolves are just not a goal-scoring team. They'll have more attacking players around them. I think he'll easily get 15 goals and assists next season.
I think he is unbelievable. I actually fully agree with Paddy. I think he's an unbelievable player. He's one of the best right wingers in the league when he is fit. But
I'm not gonna lie, I looked at the list of players that have been signed and I couldn't pick out one single like sign that was like out there as bad. And so I just went with Neto because expecting injuries.
I was
I
insane.
think if Felix goes through, that could be one of the worst signings.
I probably
as well.
will change my thing then. Although again, Felix is a good player. He just hasn't found his groove yet.
But he hasn't found his groove anywhere since he left Portugal.
Maybe.
He's Paul for Atletico, Paul for Barcelona, Paul for Chelsea.
Look, he's like a dancer who hasn't found the right nightclub yet.
God. Okay.
Oh, what?
All I'm going to say. Once he finds the right nightclub, he's going to start dancing.
I think there might be a shout, maybe Elliot Anderson for 40 mil.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a PSR thing, but I think he's also quality though.
Yeah.
He is a good player.
Or Max Kilman
Newcastle
for 47 mil.
Max Kilman as well.
He's a good player though. That's what I mean. There's not really any standout bad signings I've seen.
Omari Kellyman.
Oh, but that's a PSR one as well.
That is.
He'll barely play.
I
think he'll be on loan.
Yeah.
Paddy, who is your worst signing of the season?
Oh, well, as in, all right. So some people may know this. I don't rate Matthias de Ligt. I think he has failed everywhere he's gone, and I think he will fail again at Man United.
Wow.
Oh, lads.
Okay. Well, there we are then. Write the season off.
It's too late to
Alfie, worst signing of the season?
Yeah, Pedro Neto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so apart from Paddy, that's fairly unanimous.
Okay.
I think as well, Amadou Onana won't be good. I don't rate him either.
I rate him, but I don't think he's going to be as good at Villa because I think they're going to have him playing different roles.
I'm in love with him.
I genuinely don't know what his best position is.
I think he'll do well in the team who hold the ball more than Everton did.
Yeah.
My favourite moment of the summer actually was the interview that he gave when somebody called him Andre. And
My name's not Andre, bruv.
That was my favourite moment of the entire summer.
I think Calafiori as well will be a pretty poor signing. I don't know where he starts.
Do you think so?
He's a better option than Zinchenko or Kivior.
He is.
Kivior is very good though.
I do like Kivior. I think he's a good player.
I think he was Arsenal's weakling last season.
I don't think he'll get a lot of minutes. I think there'll be a lot of rotation. I just don't see it for the money they spent as well.
I think Calafiori would do all right. Right, we've all got a dark horse every single season. It's time to nail your colours to the mast, gentlemen. Who is going to emerge from the shadows as a world beater this season?
Player-wise or club-wise?
No, club-wise. I'm going West Ham. I don't think they'll crack into the top 6. I think they'll finish 7th, and I think they'll have a great season.
I've gone with West Ham as well.
Yeah.
I almost had to in my top 6, but I was like, I can't take United or I will be accused of bias.
I've gone West Ham as well. I think quality signings. They've signed the best fullback in Premier League history.
Steve Finnan.
He's not even in the best in Irish Premier League history.
Don't disrespect Steve Finnan.
Good player.
Jokes aside, I think West Ham might have won the transfer window.
Yeah,
I think
they've had a
very well.
They've done the best business of anybody this summer.
Yeah,
and the fees they've spent as well. The money they've spent.
Yeah, they've not done bad. Okay, Paddy, dark horse.
Newcastle, considering nobody thinks they'll finish top 4.
Yeah, I didn't even have them in top 6.
I don't think anyone here had in top 6, did they?
Yeah.
How are they going to do it though?
I had them
how are they going to do it?
They did it a couple of seasons ago. They don't have Champions League football. They've got one of the best strikers in the league. They've got a great goalkeeper. They've got a solid defence. I think they build off the back and build from there. They've got a great team. As in, if you look at their midfield as well, they've got two absolutely... If you consider Tonali as well, they've got 3 phenomenal centre midfielders.
I think you could argue that
everyone... Mark Gahey as well. If they get Mark Gahey...
Yeah. I think as in that midfield trio of like Guimaraes, Joelinton, and then Tonali, there's not a better midfield in the league than that.
I cannot believe them 3 pronunciations you're at the hopping off that there now.
What?
Guimaraes, right? Number 1.
Yeah, Bruno Guimaraes.
Joelinton.
Joelinton.
Eh?
That's how you say his name, Joelinton.
He's done it worse. He's done it worse.
That's how you say his name. No, it's not Joelinton. That's not how you say it. Go and Google it. Go and Google it.
Our resident Portuguese speaker over here.
Okay.
Joe
Alfie, can you go and find the correct pronunciation for Joe Linton, please?
It's not Joe Linton, it's Joe Ellerton.
Okay. And Bruno Guimaraes?
Yeah, that's his name. It's like Bruno Fernandes.
I found it, but is this definitely not going to be copyright?
Well, it depends what you're playing.
YouTube video. I can't find it off Google.
Well, we can add it in the edit, and then everybody can be like, "Oh, Paddy was correct."
Okay, so the correct pronunciation is going to go here.
You're just going to spell Joe Linton.
No, he's gonna play the video then. He's done it. We've all heard it now, right?
It would just be like letter Joe Linton.
Can we just call him
Joe Ellerton?
Yeah, let's
Joe from Brazil.
My point is they've got one of the best midfields, if not the best, on paper in the league. I think obviously Isak, as we've all discussed, one of the top 5 centre forwards in the league comfortably, maybe even top 3. Him, Watkins, and obviously Haaland, the robot. But then defensively as well, they've got great players. Trippier was terrible last season, but still, if he only has to play once a week, he's probably going to be grand. They've got Livermore, they've got Botman, they've got Schär. They have got many good players. Yeah, Lewis Hall as well. And they've got Miley as well. They've got so many good players there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just think they've got a great squad. And I think if they make a few more signings, they're definitely going to compete. Saudi money as well.
Yeah.
But they can't spend any of it.
Not yet. PS Store, grand.
Okay.
Yeah,
Scott,
exactly,
Dark Horse?
I already said mine, West Ham, yeah.
Yeah, West Ham. I think we all are West Ham.
Everybody's West Ham apart from Paddy. Alfie?
Yeah, West Ham for me. I had them 6th.
Okay. Fine. Look, we all had a little bit of a thing, and we put out a tweet on Twitter a couple of days ago asking for your most unhinged, wild, out there Premier League prediction for this season. But before we get into yours, we're going to do ours. So, Scott, your most unhinged, out there prediction, not necessarily what you think will happen, but in the outer limits, in the X-Files world, where we all live, apparently, what is your prediction?
My prediction is that Darwin Núñez is winning the Golden Boot.
I'm off.
Yeah,
honestly, appreciate everyone coming up and all, but I'm off. I'm heading.
Núñez.
Out the door.
Lads.
No, that's bleeding. That's bottom of the barrel stuff.
You said unhinged. Is that not unhinged?
That's bottom of the barrel stuff.
Does that not hit the criteria?
It does fit the criteria perfectly.
Or he's upset because you know it could happen. Oh, that makes sense. So.
No, I thought mine was bad.
Oh, you want mine to actually be unhinged? Okay.
Dylan, let's hear yours.
Mason Mount to break 10 Premier League goals.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Mason Mount won't even break 10 Premier League appearances.
Right. I'm gonna put this bet on. We're gonna go for a bet, right?
So we're not promoting gambling, but this is to embarrass people, so it's all good.
We'll go for a bet, right?
Scott and Dylan betting this year. Okay.
If Mason Mount does not break 10 Premier League goals this season, I'll get Harry Maguire's name tattooed on my leg.
How about
I have a better bet.
Shave the mustache.
Right.
I'll do that anyways. I actually want Harry Maguire's name tattooed on my leg. This is just an excuse.
I don't think you've quite grasped the concept of a bet here, gentlemen.
Dylan, we'll do the.
You get Núñez's name carved into his head in a haircut.
Dylan, we'll do the bet about wearing Liverpool. You wear Liverpool jersey, I wear United jersey. Harvey Elliott outscores Mason Mount.
Right, fair.
Harvey Elliott outscores Mason Mount. Oh, okay.
Right. Okay, right. Harry Maguire's name, and if you hold on.
No.
Right, Liverpool jersey.
Liverpool jersey and Man United jersey.
I get to wear it, but the Liverpool jersey I wear has to have Igor Biscan on the back. That's the only one I'm doing.
As long as it's a Liverpool jersey.
As long as it's Liverpool jersey. I'll send you this one. So Scott, right. if Harvey Elliott scores less Premier League goals, not all comps, than Mason Mount,
I will wear a United jersey on next year's predictions.
Next year's predictions. Okay, fine. Paddy, what's your unhinged predictions?
So I think 2 players score over 15 goals that a lot of people wouldn't think, and it's Muniz and João Pedro.
That's not unhinged. João Pedro was in my fantasy team all year last year.
I think it is. Both of them over 15 goals. I think that's quite unhinged.
You do realise how
competitions.
rare it is for people to score 15 goals in the Premier League?
Premier League goals.
Okay, I'll give you another one then. I think Cole Palmer has a stinker. I don't think he'll do anywhere near as good as last season. He'll score 5 or 6 goals in the league, and he'll have 10 assists. He overdid his expected goals, whatever, last season because they got so many penalties. I don't think they're going to get 12 penalties again this season. No. He won't get double digits in goals.
Agreed.
Warren Palmer.
I'm going to do mine. God, get out. I'm going to do mine really quickly because we need to get onto some viewer ones. I'm going to say that Manchester City are going to be let off on all 115 charges in 2 weeks' time.
Did you not just make a prediction?
Yeah, I did. But this is unhinged, right? This is an unhinged prediction.
I think it's more unhinged to think they'll actually get something.
No. Yeah, they won't get anything.
No, they won't get anything. They'll get a slap on the wrist.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got more punishments in primary school than that.
Stop going to primary schools. You're in your 20s.
I mean, the mustache explains a lot.
Alfie, you have some viewer unhinged predictions. Let's go. Yeah. We're going to react to the best ones.
Do we have Alfie's unhinged prediction?
Oh, yeah. Alfie, what's yours? Sorry.
I think United win the league. City get a little points deduction. I think it goes towards the end. City get a point deduction. United win the league.
That is unhinged. That's the worst one of the lot. Okay.
That is wild.
That's very unhinged.
Come on.
I mean, we asked you to be unhinged, and you
delivered.
I don't think that's that unhinged. I think we're winning anyway. Anyways, moving on.
You are the unhinged person.
Yeah.
So the first
I'm not unhinged. You're unhinged.
First one from @the_Ferguson way. He said, "This United squad with limited injuries can be up there with the top 4." The top comment is, "We've fallen so far."
We have.
Yeah, we have.
That's not unhinged. That's just that's fair. I don't think that's
fair.
unhinged.
I think that's okay.
Definitely.
James Kelly 2398 said Crystal Palace or West Ham to finish 5th or 6th.
No.
West Ham, yeah.
I think Palace, that's a bit of that's unhinged.
Palace are perennially 10th. They're 10th or 11th every year.
To be
Palace
fair,
have a
Glasner has done very well.
Yeah.
He has, but he's lost his star man. At least he's gone to Bayern Munich.
Yeah. He lost him last season as well. He's perennially injured.
There's just a lot of unknowns about Palace.
I think they could finish top 10 quite easily.
Yeah,
but that's where they always finish. They finish 11th or 10th.
No, but I mean, I'm not saying on the other side of like 11th, 12th. I think they could finish 9th or 8th.
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
I don't know about
Depends.
5th though. 5th is a bit.
Yeah, throw.
Yeah, fifth is out there. Okay, next one.
Yep. Next one. This is from. He was on the podcast last week @Frankie M 2021, and he said Newcastle will be in a title race this season.
I'll get out, Frank. Come on now, man.
Title race.
So, hang on, Newcastle aren't in the Championship.
Yeah, exactly.
Me and Frank,
I don't think it's
good skin.
Not in a title race. Come on, no.
Next, from @Chris Later, he said Jackson outscores Højlund. Liverpool finish outside the top 5, and Ten Hag gets the sack.
I think I agree with all them.
I think all three of them are
probably
possible.
right.
I don't think that's outrageous. I think that happens.
Hang on, I don't think anybody noticed that I didn't have Liverpool in my top 6.
Where are they?
I've got them 7th.
Oh, I never said where I thought United or Chelsea finish either.
I think we skipped out a couple of places.
Yeah.
Well, we only did top 6, and if you think they're finishing outside of the top 6, then that makes sense, right?
Yeah. I think United finish 8th.
Oh,
I think Chelsea finished 10th.
It's getting depressing.
I think Chelsea finished 7th. I think they're class. I think they've got a lot of good players. I think United finish 8th.
A lot of good players. They have all the players, Paddy. They have
exactly. So some of them have to be good.
They've got everyone's players.
Some of them have to be good. You signed 50 players in a year. Of course, some people are going to be good.
Alfie, next one.
This bloke's got a lot of numbers in his name. @BR67212214 said neither City nor Arsenal will win the league next season, and neither Arteta nor Pep will be manager of their club come the next season. The season after, obviously.
No,
that is unhinged.
Yeah, that to be fair, you asked for unhinged, you gave unhinged.
Yeah, I don't see Arteta being sacked. I can see Pep leaving, maybe.
Yeah, I can see Pep leaving.
Maybe
if the hammer dropped from the FA, yeah.
But where do you draw the line on Arteta not winning the league title? The same thing that I know Klopp won a league title, but where do you draw the line on his
contract? If they finish 3rd, you never know. They might want to move on and think they can get.
But do managers or do establishments and clubs, like with what Liverpool done with Klopp is what I'm saying? I know Klopp won the league 1 year, but do the establishments and the hierarchies of clubs just say to themselves, like, City.
Yeah.
They have to, yeah.
How do you bridge that gap?
It's possible that Pep leaves next year after the hammer drops from the FA and Arteta goes to City.
Does Pep come to United?
Oh yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Arteta went to City. Because he was sort of moulded there.
Yeah.
But then he has the history at Arsenal, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you think
He
Pep
leaves
wishes?
Arsenal for City, though. I don't think he does. I don't think he would do that.
Yeah, it's hard to know.
Do you think
Yeah,
Pep
no.
wishes he took over United instead of City?
No.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
No
I do.
way
No
he'd want to
way.
manage under the Glazers.
No.
No,
Nah.
but I mean the actual club of United. Like, I
United
feel
as
like-
a concept
No.
are way different than the reality.
Yeah, it's
no,
too
but
hard
he's
to-
always. I feel like he's always asking for more off the City fans. I don't think you'd ever have to ask for more off the United fans.
Yeah, you have to ask more from the board.
You do have to ask more from the board. But let's put it this way: Pep under
Yeah,
Ineos.
he's saying, yeah.
Yeah, but we don't
He's
even know what
saying-
Ineos are going to be like. So I don't think you
But
can
if
say that.
anything's better than the Glazers. My Eli Woodlawn are better than the Glazers.
I mean, like, as in they've been sacking people left, right, and centre. I think there's two ways to look at it.
Do you think Pep would have lasted then under the Glazers? Another question,
No, they would have sacked them.
Nah. Yeah,
which is
no.
mental to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Alfie, next one.
Next one, Ashley Barton, 86, said West Ham challenging for top 4 this season,
Yeah, I can
which
see
I think
that.
a few of us agree with.
It's not
don't we?
outside of the realms of possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just need to go on a run. The players
Yeah.
click. It's not that unreasonable.
Fulkrug.
Villa
Yeah.
did it last season.
Villa
Yeah,
were just
exactly.
consistently good, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
Sorry.
doubts over Lopetegui personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
think
can
a
see
lot
it.
of West Ham fans do as well.
Yeah.
They're not
Yeah.
too sure just yet. I don't think they're.
Doubts over him. I think I know Wolves were a mess when he came in, but I think he wasn't great at Wolves.
No, he wasn't.
And look,
They've
Villa had
signed
a
his
better
players,
manager.
though.
They have. Yeah, I'll give them that. They've
Yeah.
backed him.
But as in, you also have to look at the underlying numbers for West Ham last season. They were horrendous. Same as
They were
United.
bad, yeah.
Terrible. And if they didn't have
think-
Areola, they would have made a tit of
Yeah.
themselves.
I think it was the right time for Moyes to go personally, but
Yeah.
I'll think-
Last one at Joe James Jepson. He said Man City to combust, West Ham to finish 4th, and United to shock everyone and leave the media scrambling. I don't know what way he means that in.
what are
Yeah.
we shocking? How are we shocking? Are we releasing footage of
That's
GTA
what-
6 or?
He's
Can
left
we get
it at that.
relegated?
I think you
And
know,
what-
argue about it.
What happens when Man City combust?
Is that like? Do you remember that story back in the day when Soldier Boy just apparently spontaneous combust on a roof? Is that-
yeah.
Is that what was happening? in Man City?
I think he
Soldier
means-
Boy.
Soldier
There was a
Boy.
story when I was in primary school that Soldier Boy blew up on a roof doing the Superman from that song. Swear to God, look it up on Google.
What conspiracy theories are you on?
When I was a kid in school, you know what they used to say? They used to say that you used to be able to, in Pokemon Blue and Red, go down to like St. Anne and go under it, and then there'd be a Mew hidden behind a truck. That's what happened to me in school. It wasn't fecking Soldier Boy combusting.
Can I say one more? Do you remember everyone used to say the little alien babies
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
used to reproduce?
Yeah.
Is this a football podcast?
I believe we're going to start talking about how 9/11 was an inside job next.
Well, if it's on the schedule, why not? Why
Well,
not?
let me tell you about this thing. 9/11. You can't steel beams don't melt by fumes off lizards and shit.
Fuck me. Okay.
This may have to be cut.
What is going on here?
No, this will be clipped. Okay.
Get
That was
some
the
views on
last one,
TikTok.
Alfie?
Yeah, that was the last one.
Okay, fine.
You know,
You might get
really-
some views on TikTok, actually. Yeah, that little comment went under the radar a bit. Yeah, I like that. Okay.
100% will.
Right, I don't think. Look, let's recap a little bit. Last year we had some really wild, out there takes on Premier League predictions. I think we've been quite tame this year.
Yeah, I think we've done.
I think
Decent.
Newcastle top 4 at the end of the next season. It will be very embarrassing, I think.
Not for
Yeah.
me.
I think it
And-
might be. We'll see.
I've managed to make it an entire podcast without making another stupid bet that lands me in some really
Oh,
embarrassing-
okay. Here,
Yeah.
we have to do a bloody bet.
It's not
Do
done
you
yet.
want to do
Round two. Round two.
Round 2. I want to see you make a fool of yourself, baby.
Okay, that's fine. I want to see you try and find a Liverpool shirt that fits you. Okay.
I'm only 2XL, baby. I'm not that big.
No, because you're tall. Fuck, Jesus Christ.
I can wear a belly top.
Okay, in that case, can you wear a child's one, please?
My
his
head
arm.
is big. You do realize that my head is 24 centimeters the whole way around? No,
You
not
measured
centimeters. Inches. Yeah. I measured. Yeah.
Okay. Right, what do you want to bet on? Let's wrap this up quickly because we're over an hour and a half now.
Okay, Man United top 4 or not?
I'm saying Man United finish in the top 4, yeah.
I'm saying they're not.
That's a good
Okay.
bet, to be fair.
And we're doing Liverpool shirts again.
We could do something different.
Okay,
Loser goes bold.
What do you propose?
Oh no, Alfie, don't do that to me. It may not grow back.
Loser shaves her eyebrows.
Loser goes to a Will Young concert.
Oh, fucking hell, a loser already went to that.
Loser pays for me to go to a Liverpool game.
Just for context, we're recording the Attacking Football podcast a day late yesterday because I had
think
to
I'm
take my
gonna
other half.
leave right
I had to
now.
take my other half to a Will Young concert. It's fine.
Before I go any deeper.
Oh, it was that song, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna be
Oh,
look.
lads.
I'm gonna be spamming our group chat with videos from the concert last night now. Look, if you
Okay,
want to do
just
something
shave,
different, to
shave
Liverpool
head,
shirt,
shave head, shave
I
head.
can't do that. Client facing can't do it. Let's do Man City shirts then.
Nobody gives a shit about Man City.
That's true. That's true.
What
That's
about
a
the
difficult
beard?
one.
What about the beards?
Oh,
No, that's
bro,
worse
I've
than
got
the hair. That's
yeah,
worse
bro,
than the
like
hair.
as in this hides several chins.
Yeah.
What about we let the comments decide?
There we
Yeah,
go.
we let the
Comments down below.
We'll do whatever the
comment.
highest rated comment says. Whichever
As long
comment
as
gets
it's
the most
allowed to be on
likes.
YouTube.
And it's legal. As long as we can
Yeah.
legally do it, we'll do it. Okay. Well, that seems like a really scary way to end the show.
Well, to be honest, let's we won't have retention here anyway, so nobody will know what that is.
Nobody's watching this far.
No, and if you're watching this far, leave a comment down below, and I will send you €5 on Revolut.
I'm going to start spamming
I
the
need that
comments.
money.
No, lads, if you Dylan, why is your name Delilah?
That's what he used to call me in
Delilah.
primary school. I told you.
Okay, listen, we're gonna end there. Paddy,
No.
thank you very much for returning to the podcast and causing utter carnage. Scott, Dylan, Alfie, I will see you back here next week. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and leave a comment on what you want Paddy or I to do as a forfeit. Thank you very much for watching. See you next week.